Hey folks, before we jump into this, please jump on over to macranger.com. If you sign up to my mailing list, I'll send you a free copy of my guide to improving your portraiture. Now, the Nikon D850, awesome camera. I hope you saw my field tested review. It just went live. I'm really proud of it. I think it may be the best filmed review I've ever done. So please check it out. 3 weeks of testing in Iceland. I just arrived to lead a tour here in Nepal, and one of my guests has the MB-D18 battery grip that's not available for sale still in America. Somehow he got this from Nikon in Sweden over a month ago. So obviously I couldn't pass up the opportunity to have a play with it and share my thoughts with you guys. This is also on back order. The D850 is just growing in back order length. I think a lot of people thought, oh, I'll just wait and see. The reviews started coming in, people have started adding their orders, and the waiting times are actually getting longer, not shorter. So if you're looking to get one, don't delay. The D850 grip though, I don't think has nearly as long of a waiting list, but I'm sure it's going to start to once they hit the market. So if you're looking at getting one of these, you might want to put in an order on that as well. Why would you want to get one? Well, first of all, the main reason is it gives you the vertical controls. You can then put it onto your camera and it gives you extra aperture and shutter speed dials, one at the front, one at the back. It gives you a function button, it gives you the extra shutter, and it does have the AF button on the back and another focus point selector that you can use to toggle through a whole bunch of different stuff. So for shooting vertically, it is actually pretty handy. And here with the 300mm f4 PL lens, that's actually a really comfortable kit. It's not too heavy, and if you are holding it like that all day, it may start to get a little bit uncomfortable. So let's actually take a look around the grip. First thing to note on this one, it's made in China and it's mostly plastic. Unlike some of the earlier grips that were mostly some kind of metal composite, this feels to be mostly made out of plastic. Having said that, it does feel really well made. You can either use a bunch of AA batteries in it, or you can use the big ENEL 18B battery that comes with the Nikon D5. That's great because it's higher voltage, it gives you over 5,000 shots. It also unlocks the 9 frames per second that the D850 is capable of. To attach it, you just take the cover off the camera's terminals, and then you can hide that rubber on the actual grip, and then it simply screws on. And then you slide in whichever batteries that you want to use in the grip itself. However, it's not cheap, so you have to think about it. If you don't already own a D5, you're looking at a big investment to get those 9 frames a second. The grip itself is US $400, but if you don't already have the battery, you're going to need the big battery, and you're going to need the gigantic charger, and the whole kit that comes with the charger, the battery, and the grip is $940. So that turns your $3,300 US camera into a $4,200, almost $4,300 setup with the grip. You're then getting close to the price, well, not that close. The D5 is still $6,500. But I think some of you have tuned in just for this. So let's hear how it sounds at 9 frames a second with, and well, first of all, we'll do 7 frames a second. Sorry to my friend Rainer, whose buffer and card I'm filling up by doing that. And here we go, this should give us a full 9 frames a second with the battery in. Oh, and already slowing down. And I did already talk about that. Some people in my last video, I mentioned that the buffer and demonstrator doesn't get anywhere near for me what Nikon spec'd out. I did follow their instructions. It was only shooting RAW, took out the SD card, turned off a bunch of features, using a 440 megabyte per second card, and the buffer still doesn't keep up. So at 9 frames a second, let's just wait until the card has cleared. That's fully cleared. Let's count and see how the buffer does here. Let me just check what he's shooting with. He's only shooting XQD and he's shooting RAW. Let me check what format. Okay, so he's only shooting RAW. It's 14-bit uncompressed. Let's see how many shots we get off at 9 frames a second. I'm not sure, was that around 20? Let's try it at 12 bits. So this is uncompressed. Well, getting a lot more there, but still nowhere near the numbers that Nikon were talking. So 9 frames a second could be fantastic, but just think about, with the limited buffer on this guy, until XQD cards get a lot faster, and the technology does have the potential, then we'll see if actually it's the pipeline in the camera or the XQD that's limiting us there. But overall, I would say The build feels quite good, but it is plastic, and you might have noticed on the close-ups there, my friend actually put 3 little dots of plastic because it did have a bit of play there. That's a little bit disappointing. But overall, I know there's a lot of people who love shooting with the vertical grip. I've personally never found a third-party grip that was nearly as good as the original manufacturer's one. So if you're looking to get one, I hope you found that helpful, a little overview and look around it. It does feel nicely built. The option to use that battery is great for people like me who own a D5 already, but it is a lot of money to drop if you don't already have one to get the battery and charger and everything on top of it. You can always use AA's, but you won't get all of those features. Hope you found that useful, folks. Please do like and subscribe, and I'll see you soon with more videos from Nepal and around the world very soon.